Nass against Zen. Zen back in the one scene. He's already, completed 3v3. He won on his first try. I mean, not many people win an RLCS regional in their first try. I think Zen is the second French player to do that in the past year, with Seiko being the other one. Has anyone else won an RLCS regional in their first try? Of course, RLCS regionals now are what used to be just called RLCS events. Now a regional is the baseline. Yeah, I guess before then the equivalent would have been league play, like winning league play, or would maybe be the regional, and then winning the playoffs for a region would be the equivalent of getting the total points victory. But yeah, he's won his debut. Ruas and Kalirs. Oh yeah, Ruas and Kalirs did win their debut regional as well. Has anyone else done it in EU or North America? Chronic? No, Chronic played regionals in the previous season with Two Piece and Parth, I believe. Was it Parth? Actually, I've just probably brain farted there. I can't remember who it was. Also, apologies to everyone subbing. My dashboard has just crashed. Let me refresh it, see if I can get sub shoutouts done. Meanwhile, Zen is just disposing of Nass here. Now, Nass is not to be underestimated in this matchup. He's definitely a top 25 ones player worldwide, going up against a certified top 5 ones player on the planet. Maybe even better than that, although it's a bit hard to tell because you've got, I think, a very strong top 5 at the moment in the world of ones. You've got Zen in there, obviously, Daniel, of course, Moxie, Ruas, naturally. He's definitely been a level above in this first minute against Nass, though. I think, the guy rounding out my top 5 right now has to be Yan from Brazil. His return to ones was a little bit better than TRK's return to ones. TRK got swept by Naupo. Yan's been on a tear, so those are the guys who were kind of... it was unclear what rank they were. I'm going to give Yan that other spot in the top 5. No particular order there. Yeah, Nass is a very, very solid player. I think he's a solid A-tier player. Not sure if you guys would agree with that, but I think he's broken into A-tier. This is definitely a step up for him to go against Zen, but see what he can do. He's definitely one of the best players on the EU server that Zen has yet to play. In fact, is he just straight up the best on the EU server that Zen hasn't played? Maybe Oski is in that conversation as well. Oski, Nass. Oh wow, that's a great shot by Zen. It's going to go bar down and out though. Nass on the counter-attack. Quick check behind him, sees that Zen is lurking. Well, actually, yeah, Zen hasn't played against TRK or Khaled yet, so probably TRK or Khaled would be number 1, 2. Then, Nass, Oski are next in line. Zen hasn't played any of them, and this is the first time he's played Nass. The strengths that you got to look out for when you got Nass in the field. Gonna do sub shoutouts in a minute, by the way. I've got my dashboard reloaded now. But yeah, the strengths for Nass in particular. Very, very fast player. I think number 1 for him, he's extremely quick. He's very efficient with his movement. You're not going to see this guy boost start very often. But his main strength in offense is the ground game. He's got an aerial game, that's for sure. You need an aerial game in some form these days in 1v1. But his ground game is his strength. Low 50s, dribbling plays, shooting. I think that's where he's going to be the most dangerous. Yeah, he's going to be there for Zen to outplay every single time. He's not one of these players that's going to give up a lot of free goals. Very, very smart player. A player that I'd love to see have more success in 3v3. I think his 3v3 career so far has not reflected just how good of a player Nass is. I think Nass speaks French. Can anyone confirm? Does Nass speak French? I'm assuming he does because he's Moroccan, and all the Moroccan players, everyone in Morocco tends to speak French. I believe it is the national language. We're getting yes, yes, no, 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 yes, yes, no. Oh, Twitch chat is torn on this one. I'm not sure who to believe. If he can speak French, that obviously gives him a massive boost for his 3v3 career. It's not national language. Is it not one of the national languages, though? I swear it was. Ask him. Yeah, I'm going to try and remember to do that later on. I've been meaning to ask. Second language in Morocco? I thought that French was like, one of the official languages in Morocco. I thought there were multiple official languages. Yeah, Nass, he does live in Europe. You can see him playing with a 60 ping connection here. Actually, 60 ping doesn't make a lot of sense. Why is he on 56, 60 ping? I started that train of thought, and then I suddenly realized I might have to change my mind here. Oh, this is looking pretty tricky to save. Zen unreadable in this play, but Nass still reads him. And he's going to counter-attack to put himself within one. Well, what a comeback that is by Nass. That looked like a very, very difficult position to play, but he predicted perfectly what time Zen was going to be arriving at the top shelf of the goal. Not the official language, but definitely the second language. Nass is in Belgium. Yeah, I thought he was somewhere like that. A lot of delayed kickoffs by Zen today. He's doing really well with these. He's not just, brainlessly going for a delayed kickoff thinking, yeah, I'll just slow down my approach and then, just be in the same place behind the ball every time. No, he's really looking to see where Nass is coming from and planting himself on the opposite side of the ball. Now, efficient takeoff here by Zen. Plenty boost for the double reset. Not a lot of boost for the recovery, though, and here comes Nass again. His counter-attack will be stopped short. This is great pressure from Nass, though. He's got Zen on almost zero boost. Stolen away both back corners. The aim of the game here is just not to let Zen somehow get a hard clear. Yeah, Nass, he went for a decent opportunity there with the bump, but Zen still got away from him. The speed of Nass keeps him alive, keeps him within two. Zen calls the bluff on the fake 50. Nass forced back once again, has the near post defense to keep Zen at bay, but this is not good enough for Nass at the moment. Zen's has some really good reads on Nass slow plays. Nass is going to need to go for something a little bit quicker if he's looking to score at the tail end of the game. He knows better than to turn on Zen here. Zen just too quick with the takeoff, too quick with the reaction time. Is he too quick with the reads? Yes, he is. Zen, 6-3. I think a bit more proactivity in game two will be needed from Nass. You see that he's gone for an early challenge at the end of the game there, but it's just too little too late. I'm loving Zen's kickoff repertoire. It's so cool to see a player who still is a very recent addition to the 1v1 world adapt and improve his kickoff game. Many players with Zen's mechanical ability, Zen's ability on the ball would just say, you know what, I don't care about kickoffs. I'm just going to have one kickoff, maybe two that I'm going to do. And I'm just going to beat this guy in midfield play, but not Zen. He is always looking for ways to improve his game. It really is. It's amazing to see. And, I don't think I've said it in this show match yet, but absolutely formal congratulations to Zen on his win in RLCS. I think I briefly glossed over that. But just wow. I mean, what a performance by him and Team Vitality. Truly incredible stuff. Sky's the limit for that team. Zen playing like an absolutely selfless team player in his first event. So much pressure on him to deliver world-class mechanical plays, and he says, you know what? I'm just going to make space for my teammates and then pop off in the grand final. Just honestly the dream. Absolute dream player. Do you guys remember when Vitality signed Zen? There's a lot of people, maybe even myself, I can't remember what I said specifically in the situation, but a lot of people are saying, what are Vitality doing? What did they expect? Obviously signing Zen as a substitute is going to make your main roster play badly. I don't think I said, I don't think I was that extreme. I think I was a little bit more on their side than the average take, but I'll be first to admit I don't actually recall my exact take on the situation. Look at the speed by Zen. This is just ridiculous. He's threatening shots from every angle, and that's after shutting down Nass his own defensive corner. Look, notice how he tried to jump mid-air there just to get a little bit of horizontal movement. Angled his car sideways, jumped, and after failing to make contact, no problem. He's got a backup plan. Got an easy open net option. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Vitality signing Zen is a big mistake. You're just going to leave the main roster so demotivated. They're going to be out of the Worlds run before Zen can even play for the team in the spring split. But what really happened is it motivated Sizen, Radosin, and Alpha to really be as prepared for Zen as possible. And, in Sizen's case, he was last through the door, first out of it when Zen came in. Maybe he never had motivations to play with Zen on Vitality. I'm not sure how much he really expected to be in that conversation. But definitely he's given himself a brilliant kickstart to his next team that he's on. He's really proven at the major that he is a world-class player and he can be part of a world-class team. Yeah, it looks very, very smart now. Not the only team who have done that in recent times. Team Liquid, of course, as well, when they signed Oski and Atto. Oski and Atto were also too young to play RLCS. Team Liquid basically said goodbye to the winter split last season so they could prepare for spring. That's what Vitality did this season. They didn't want to say necessarily goodbye, but they said, let's just sign Zen and plan for spring and hopefully still be in World's contention when we get there. Which is exactly what's happened. But, you know, looking at it now, both Team Liquid and Vitality have massively profited from the talent scouting that they did. I mean, great job by both of those organizations and whoever they talk to, because, you know, they really have picked up the best young talent in the Rocket League world in the past year. Nass looking to come back. Zen going to punch that one into the joint. Low 50 now by Zen. Keeping Nass guessing. Oh, good speed by Nass though. Zen thought he had a backup plan here, but he actually didn't. Nass escapes him. And that, you know, that is a lot harder than it looks. Just speed flipping perfectly into position to counter-attack with a first touch. It's not the most mechanical play you're going to see today, but it'll be one of the most underrated plays. One of the plays that I think the better you get at Rocket League, the more respect you have for touches, first touches like those. It's a really smart play by Zen. He's air dribbled so much from positions like this today that now he just takes a shot, understanding that his previous air dribbles in this series will most likely have Nass pre-jumping in defense. That's exactly what happened. Zen with a big brain play and the 1-goal lead. Why is my overlay say best of 5? Because it is going to be a best of 5, that's why. Ask the players if that's what they would be okay with. Chain dash into demo for Zen. Actually not able to get the goal though. He couldn't see exactly where Nass was coming from in defense. Zen wave dashing away from the ball. Give himself a bit more of a run up there. He's a bit early for the boost steal. Has to slow play this if he's going to get the boost, but you know he can't. He actually had to leave it. So did Nass. I think both of them are about 1 or 2 seconds early for the boost steal there. Zen gonna get the attack going either way. You know, if Nass had a bit more patience in that play, I think he could have waited on the boost. I'm gonna save the replay. We'll find out later if you guys remind me. Could Nass have waited for that boost? Because Zen was too early for it. He bailed on waiting for the boost, and Nass decided to follow him closely and then turn around. I reckon if he just stuck around in that boost for half a second, it would have spawned under him, and he would have had a much quicker pressure play on the ball than he had. So what was that? Just roughly 2 minutes and 10 remaining, maybe 2:15 remaining in game 2. If you guys remind me, we'll go back and take a look. How close was Nass to getting that boost on spawn? Nass tied the game here. If anyone was doubting his ability coming into this, you better start believing. Completely calls the bluff on Zen's play there. Zen trying to convince Nass that he's going to flick that. But that is the opposite of what's happened. Apologies there, I've just actually tabbed out while on full screen. Did not realize that was full screen. Shout out to all of you guys subbing. I'm going to shout you all out later if you're about. You'll hear it. If not, be sure to tune into the VOD if that's what you're here for. Always, you know, crosses my mind as a streamer. I'm sure a lot of other streamers think about it as well. You know, how many people do subscribe to hear the streamer say their name? I'll be honest, when I sub to any streamer, and I'm subbed to quite a lot of Rocket League streamers, and they don't notice it, it is, you know, it is pretty sad. it's pretty disappointing. So I always make an effort to read out all the people who do subscribe, because for me personally, I'm always like, oh, oh, he didn't notice me. So, you know, if I'm going to be, you know, mildly upset by it, then I want to make an effort as a streamer myself. But well, yeah, what do you guys think? Type 1 if you know, are mildly upset, and I mean mildly here, when the streamer doesn't notice your sub. Hit 1 in chat. I do feel bad because I sometimes wait about 20 minutes to read out subs so I can focus on the match I'm casting. And but you know, probably by the time I get round to shoutouts, someone that I'm shouting out has left the stream. So I want to apologise to anyone who's in that category today or any day. Oh, what a mind game. Zen with the fake challenge has Nass jumping all over the place, up by 1. Absolutely skies the flick and gets demoed for his trouble. Oh, what a play by Nass. Well, Zen thought he was one step ahead here. It turns out Nass took a couple steps when he wasn't looking. Flick into boost steal denied by Nass's awareness. And now the tie game with just 29 seconds left. Zen says Alpha 54. He's here to support his teammate, or maybe to root against him. Only time will tell. Oh, Nass tried to catch Zen unawares. Zen definitely had that challenge on radar. Not the... I don't think that was the vision Nass anticipated Zen to have. Nass, when he's diving for a challenge like that, probably thinks there's a chance that Zen can't see me coming. Look at Nass searching for the bump here, by the way. He could have played for the boost, but no, he wants the bump instead. Zen is going to be too quick for him. Saved up enough boost to escape, and goes up by 2 again. Very cheeky there by Nass, off the back of the delayed kickoff. He was trying to catch Zen mid-flip, because if Zen flips there to try and get back into defense, Nass can bump him mid-air and send him absolutely flying and pick up an open net, but Zen didn't flip. I mean, one of the best tips I can give any of you guys, if you're trying to get better at dodging demos, if you're trying to get better at avoiding bumps, don't flip for no reason. I know a lot of you guys watching are probably flipping because you're bored a lot of the time. And I'll admit, I'm also a victim of this at times. You know, you're already supersonic, but you think, why shouldn't I flip? You know, what's stopping me? Who's to tell me no? And you flip and then you get demoed, you're like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have flipped. Yeah, if you flip, all you're doing is you're showing your opponents where you're going to be. And it makes it easier for your opponents to track your movement, easier for them to anticipate your movement. And yeah, definitely easier to land bumps and demos on you as well. So be careful. Don't flip for no reason, especially in defense, when you know there's an opponent lurking behind you or beside you in the blind spot. That's the best advice I can give you for immediately being harder to demo and bump on the pitch. So they're trying to pre-flip onto some kind of sidewall redirect there. Does not work in his favor. I don't think he was trying to redirect that on target. Probably looking to pop it right up in the air above Nass. I'll tell you what, he wasn't far off, in fact. Just realised I've forgotten to update the overlay. I've moved around my... I've like moved around the windows that I have open when I'm streaming. Windows on the PC, I mean. I keep forgetting to update everything between matches. Oh, that's the easiest goals that Nass gonna have all day. I mean, this is a dream scenario. He's probably slapping himself right now to make sure that he's in fact awake, because he's thinking, what? Zen just flying right past the ball for no reason. 2-0 Nass. Can he get one on the board here? Can he deny the sweep? Zen in a bit of trouble here. By a bit of trouble, I mean a lot of trouble. What can Nass do with a free air dribble and a boost advantage? He can get another boost steal for himself. Oh, he's going to concede though. Well, Zen has really done well to come out of this without conceding and to score. I mean, that is just ridiculous. I mean, Nass will be furious with himself for committing in such slow motion. But credit to Zen, focusing on the one aspect of that flick that mattered, and that was the height of it. Nass back in time to save Zen's immediate shot off the kickoff, but undeterred, Zen looks to go the scenic route. Oh, Nass is beaten into the corner boost still. Well, that's the end of Zen's attack, and I think just like Nass before him, he'll be pretty annoyed that he's allowed a turnover of possession this easily. Zen's pinch doesn't go too far. Nass with options, fakes the shot, lets it bounce. Oh, what a 50-50. Nass draws Zen in and completely controls the engagement. I mean, it doesn't look like much, but look how Nass has angled his car to deflect the ball into a position that he can play. Just using Zen's momentum against him. Another kickoff possession goes Nass's way. Immediately shoots it. He's keeping Zen as honest as he can here. Zen again diving back corner. He's so unpredictable with his challenges. Doesn't matter how many times it happens, Zen's still catching Nass by surprise, and this is just ridiculous. He's against the run of play here. Nass in his own back corner, looking to air dribble the ball to safety. Suddenly Zen's all over him, and before you know it, the ball's in the top bin. Fake kickoff by Nass. Gets himself another possession to play with. Sidewall double by Zen. Plays it safely. Could have tried to shoot that, but I think he understood that it would have been too slow to really be an issue for Nass. Follow-up shot definitely not too slow. Luckily for Nass though, the accuracy is also lacking. Zen pre-jumps at the perfect time to take away Nass's first attempt on target. That's the second attempt on target. Denied by the slow bounce, but actually he's got a third, and a successful one at that. After Zen backs off. Well, yeah, Zen thought Nass was hitting the ball there, so he decided to back off, but Nass had no such intentions. Played it on the next bounce. Put it into the net. Oh, what a read. Well, Nass is on a great spree of kickoffs here. Spots Zen's delayed kickoff and chips it around him. Zen didn't even delay it that much. That's great placement by Nass. Reject Johnny's advice. Flip so I can demo you. Zen looking for the extravagant goal there. I think the back ball demo would have been available to him. Nass immediately launches the ball. And that is the result of Zen's early challenges in the back corner earlier in the game. Multiple times this series, he's just lunged in when Nass is in his own back corner. It's really interesting that the meta has swung back towards that being a good thing to do, because there was a while where challenging in the back corner was a terrible idea. The defender usually wins 50-50s in the back corner, but it's become so unpredictable that it's good again. So enjoy it while it lasts. For now, at least, if you know the meta at whatever rank you're at all resembles pro play, back corner 50-50s, back corner challenges look pretty good to go for. But yeah, it's probably going to swing the other way at some point. Defenders low 50ing more in defense is really all it takes for back corner challenges to take a break on the sideline again. Big lead for Nass here, but he's got to be careful. All Zen needs is one goal, and he'll be right back in this. Nass wasting quite a lot of time, but now here comes Zen. Grounds air dribble. Fakes it into a dunk. Oh, strong challenge by Nass. Nullifies Zen at the most important stage of the game. Just a little bit longer and he'll be able to see the finish line. It's around the corner as of yet. Nass looks like he might have misread that bounce, but he plays it well. What was the distance? Has he seen this one coming? Yes, he has. You always have to respect him. Whenever Zen's trying to double off his own backboard, you have to retreat. You have to understand that he is capable of scoring from anywhere on the pitch. If you're up by 4, you might as well retreat. Might be up by 5 in a second here. Indeed he will. Nass, so the big bump makes it 5 goals. And Zen says go next, so indeed we will. 5-goal advantage there. Too much in 30 seconds. Zen forfeits. Well, that's something Nass can be proud of. Not many players have managed to get a forfeit out of Zen. So well played. Half Star, thanks for 51-month tier 1. Soul tied in a knot, thanks for the 4-month prime. Get a Pamplemousse, thanks to the 4-month tier 1. We've also got Sechuan with the 300 bits. He says, glad I caught another Johnny stream. Good luck to both the players. Well, Nass, I keep calling him Ness because I'm combining the names here. Loch Ness over here. Nass looking to do the impossible. Reverse sweep. Zen. We've had a couple, actually 3 players have beaten Zen now. Roas twice and Moxie and Daniel 1 time each. But no one's reverse swept him in 1v1. That is an achievement that is yet to be gathered. Let's see if Nass can pull it off. Really strong kickoff to the outside, so that's going to get him another goal. Well, Zen's got to be careful. If he's going to keep on going this side onto the ball, he best be reading Nass doing the same thing. Midas, thanks to the Prime. Lieutenant Dang, thanks to the 2-month Prime. RL Fanboys, thanks for the gifted sub to KZ Butler. And Oh Hey V Lad, thanks to the 4-month Prime. Brand new Primes from Zappin and also RS Noob. Welcome to both of you. Holy Tears, the 55-month Prime. Sichuan also gifted a sub to Mokka Wave. Cheers for that. And we got 2 more here. 3Zam for the 2-month Tier 1 and also No Jobs to the 4-month Prime. Welcome to all of you. Hope you're all enjoying the show match tonight. Just going to be, I think we're just going to have this one show match and then we're going to be offline again tonight. Just a very quick stream tonight. But I thought it would be worthwhile going live. I tried to get 2 matches planned, but I wasn't able to get a second one. But I thought, you know, we've got Zen versus Nass. That's worth going live for. And later on today, let me check the time. In exactly 2 hours and 32 minutes from now, we're going to be live with Chalkcast. Do you guys want to know the special guest? Shall I leak it? Or shall I give it to, shall I wait till Rizzo tweets it on the Chalkcast account? I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I'm looking forward to it though. We got plenty EU regional drama to discuss, the day 1 beef. And yeah, we're gonna be talking to Joyo. We're gonna be talking to Joyo on this night's Shotcast. Can't wait to see Joyo on the, or to hear Joyo on the mic again. Another really quick mention is you can use the !Patreon command in chat to find a link to the Shotcast Patreon. We've got bonus content on Patreon now. Shotcast remains completely free. We've been doing an episode a week for a long time now. That's going to continue to happen. But CJ Rizzo and I have also been recording bonus episodes for those of you who just cannot get enough. All 3 of you. There's actually quite a few. I don't know how many. Don't know how many now. Actually, I should probably give the link a click. How many patrons are we up to now? 58 patrons. Now, if you want to join in with the fun, those 58 patrons, myself, Rizzo, and CJ, you will get access to the Chalkcast Discord. If you do decide to support us in that way, you can suggest guests, ask questions, and suggest topics for future episodes. But okay, can Nass do it? This is the real question right now. Not if Zen keeps playing like this. Not if Zen keeps playing like this. He's just terrifying on the ball. He could really be doing anything at any time. That was a very strong low 50. Nass kind of saw it coming, but it still worked. It shows the power of the low 50 that Nass didn't even dodge into that ball particularly high, but if you low 50 with a hard enough impact on the ball, you can just go straight through defenders who have less momentum than you. Massive save by Zen. Notice how he boosted forward to land on the back wall there. Staying on the ball, keeping Nass in a very bad position. Zen styling an open net for no reason, because he can. Oh, Nass just didn't see that quickly enough. It's a constant issue that every Zen opponent has. Is, oh, I just didn't see that early enough, did I? Zen spots openings to challenge that don't look real. They don't look like they should be there. It's a phenomenal turnaround by Nass. He tries to place it bottom bins. I can't believe I unironically say bottom bins now. I used to have a great laugh at how many casters are adopting the phrase. What a pre-flip shot that is, by the way. Yeah, bottom bins isn't really a thing. It's not really a thing. Top bins is really all you've got in Scotland, but it's gained international recognition, the phrase top bins, and as such, people have got creative with it and started saying bottom bins as well. Something that's very funny to hear as someone from Scotland, but you know, years ago when I was in high school, I started ironically saying lol. And what a save. Then it's disgusting right now. This is truly unplayable. Yeah, type 1 in chat if you said a word like lol, lol, unironically, or ironically to begin with, in jest, mocking those who actually had that as part of their day-to-day vernacular. Now you did it so many times that it became normal. That's what bottom bins is for me. In the past, when I first heard it, The only time I ever said bottom bins would be, you know, having a laugh at people who didn't know that that's not a thing. And now I actually just say it. What has happened to me? What is happening? Can we get a middle bins from Nass? Oh, it's straight down the middle bin. Beautiful. 7-5. He's not done yet. Bro, you started saying ironically as well. There's probably a non-zero number of people in the world right now who are unironically at this point saying, bro, just another 2 goals and I'm back in it, bro. Like, how many of you, like, give us a 2 in Twitch chat right now if you have found yourself at any point since this weekend doing a terrible scrub killer impression. Give us a 2 in chat. I'll be honest, I have. Lovely shot by Zen. I mean, anything. Yeah, he just makes open nets look so unfairly easy here. This is not fair to watch. Like, that's a stressful shot. That is a stressful shot for 99.9% of players in the Rocket League community. Zen is not under any pressure in that situation. Nass in a lot of trouble here. He's going to need to score with this attack to really keep the comeback chance alive. What's his offensive choice going to be? Well, he didn't make a choice in time. Zen saw him hesitating for so long. He said, well, if you're not going to score, I will. How about a 4-goal deficit? I think Nass was trying to get Zen to back down there and then air dribble bump him. So he was just not changing the speed of his dribble there. One of the best tells that you can look out for if somebody's going to air dribble bump you is that they're dribbling towards you at a very consistent pace. You know, when somebody's dribbling with the plan of, you know, a flick perhaps, they're going to look to accelerate as they're moving. If they're trying to get you to fall for a low 50 or a mind game, again, they're probably going to be jerking their car around, maybe accelerating, slowing down, just in general trying to mess with your timing so that you don't see the fake coming. But when somebody's trying to air dribble bump you, really all they're trying to do is get the ball into that sweet spot on top of their car so that they can jump and immediately be directly in front of the ball. So look out for players doing that if you want to read air dribble bumps. I think that's probably what happened here at the end of this game. It might look like, you know, Nass just didn't really do anything. But most likely he was actually setting up an air dribble bump and Zen just read it. GG's, have a good night, Zen. GG's Nass as well. A brave effort. He got a game. Zen leaned forward and took the 4th. That'll put him even further in the lead in the RL Jules MMR.